Red Bun means we're live, a casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. So, all right, after losing out on Juan Soto, the Yankees pivot to left-handed pitcher all-star Max Fried for 8 years, $218 million. According to Jeff Passan, it is the largest guarantee in baseball to a left-handed pitcher ever. So, a lot of people might say this was a panic move or an overpay by the Yankees. Sounds like a lot of that noise is coming from Mets and Braves fans, because to me, this is exactly the right pivot you have to make. Yeah, it's a bit pricey, but the Yankees understand they have this World Series window opened up by some great players in Cole and Judge. But they're kind of getting up there in the age, so they got to strike while the iron's hot. I mean, they were just in the World Series last year, and I think if they make some right moves in a weak American League, they can be back in the World Series. But when you get outbid for Juan Soto, you cannot get outbid again. And that's what they do. They quickly jump on Max Fried, who to me, in the last couple of years, has been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. And you add him to a rotation that's already deep. Remember, this was cited, the rotation, as an advantage over the Dodgers in the World Series. And now you're bringing a guy in Max Fried, who since 2019 is number 2 in ERA. Behind who? Garrett Cole, the Yankees ace. I mean, they tell you all the time that pitching wins baseball. Pitching wins playoff games. What a luxury is it to have Cole and Fried, 2 aces, go back-to-back in game 1s and game 2 in October. And then behind them, the 3, 4, 5 spot, you got Luis Hill, who just won Rookie of the Year, Clark Schmidt, who's solid, Carlos Rondon, maybe he gets back to Giants Rodon. And then battling for this 5th, 6th spot, you got a collection of Cortez and Stroman. But those guys are probably some pieces that they're going to move, because I don't think the Yankees are done. I don't. Cashman said today they're in no surrender mode after losing out on Juan Soto. I don't think you make this move for Max Fried if you're not willing to make some more splash moves. And you got the pieces, like I said, Stroman, Cortez. I think they're going to go out there and get some bats, because their biggest weakness right now is, other than defense, is their bats. A reliable guy in high leverage situation next to Judge and Sten. Maybe they'll go out and get a Kyle Tucker. That's huge. I don't know. Do you get Pete Alonso? Do you get Nolan Arenado? Or at least Christian Walker or Cody Bellinger? You go make some moves, you spend some money, or you go make some trades. Because a positive, and I know Yankees fans, I don't know how many are still upset about losing Juan Soto, but a positive on losing Juan Soto, if you could even find a positive, is the money that they were going to spend on Soto, that $50 to $51 million. Now they can split that into multiple high-end players. So you put $27 million to Max Fried, and you got $20+ million to still play with, and then you can still get a bat like Kyle Tucker. How huge would that be for the outfield? But you can look at Max Fried's contract, say it's overpriced, say it's too long, say it's an overpay, say it's a panic move. Yeah, the year's just kind of crazy. He's 31 years old, and by the end, he's going to be 39. But the Yankees did that on purpose to stretch out the AAV, which I think is a good move. And Max Fried's a pitcher, if he can stay healthy, is a guy who I don't think his arm's going to fall off when he's like 35, because he doesn't throw it completely fast. He just forces ground balls, and he can stay in games for a long time. This is one of the better pitchers in the league. We're talking about a guy since 2020 who's leading the MLB in ERA, and last year led the league in complete games. So this is a guy who not only in a Yankee stadium, which is going to be huge, not allow a lot of runs, but he can also go the distance. So you could say this is a panic move, an overpay. To me, I think this is the right pivot for the Yankees after losing out on Juan Soto. They could not get outbid again, and they have this World Series window pried open. I mean, we just saw them in the World Series last year. I don't think it's a fluke, because I still think the American League is going to be weak again this year. If they make a couple of the right decisions with the money that they could have used on Juan Soto to patch up some of these holes that they still have, they can go back to the World Series. And the right step one, I think, was to getting Max Fried to bolster up this rotation. And now you have one of the best rotations in all of baseball, no doubt. You still got a couple $1 million to play for. Go get a Kyle Tucker, Bellinger, get the outfield, infield, maybe bring back Gleyber Torres. Who knows? But I think if you're Brian Cashman, losing Juan Soto hurts, but you feel like the pivot you made, you're going in the right direction, starting with Max Fried. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in this episode of A Casual Take. Follow my social media, stay updated on all things related to the show. Till next time.